Hey, welcome back to Peace in the Mix with me, Portia Payton. I am so happy to see you here. I'm happy to be here. I hope you are having a great weekend, a great week. Get your coffee, get your tea, get water, get whatever, and let's just get right into this. So today I really wanted to talk about how I have been reprogramming my self-talk and have gone from negative self-talk to positive self-talk. I recently made a video about negative self-talk in regards to trying something new, taking a leap of faith with changing your life around. But today, I really want to focus on how I shifted my negative self-talk in general, not really relating to pursuing something new, but just relating to my relationship with myself. I made an active choice to pay attention to what I was thinking about and just kind of observe my self-talk patterns so that I could realize, how am I treating myself in general, just the autopilot response to me living life? How am I treating myself throughout the day? How am I treating myself when I'm running late? How am I treating myself when I make a mistake? How am I treating myself when I see a cute outfit? Do I tell myself, oh girl, you can never pull that off? Or do I tell myself, you know what, that'll look cute on me? What am I saying to myself? I just wanted to pay attention to how I was treating myself, because nobody else is thinking for me, I'm thinking. And I wanted to get to the root of what is my relationship with myself, because that is the foundation for any relationship that you have with anybody else in your life. How do you treat yourself? Once I did that, I was like, okay, you know what? I could treat myself way better. I don't want to bully myself. I do not. And a lot of times, the way that you treat yourself is basically how you were treated at some point in time, and it made such an impression on you that subconsciously that's your go-to frame of reference. If you were told at some point not uplifting things, I don't know why it's easier to believe negative things than it is positive things. I don't know. But for some reason, the negativity can stick more than the positivity. So I was like, no one's coming to save me. I need to save myself. I want to be saved. So what I decided to do was reprogram. And how did I do that? Okay, so the first thing I did was I paid attention to how I was treating myself in terms of what I was thinking about and how I responded to myself as I was moving throughout life, day to day. And after that, I decided to change certain thoughts and change the way that I speak to myself. So I'll give you an example. We can start with the physical appearance, right? So every time I see myself in a mirror, in my early 20s, I would kind of notice things that I necessarily didn't like. So now, every time I see myself in a mirror, I decided to just find the things that I actually really like about myself. Instead of looking at my hair and being like, oh, dang, my hair looks a mess. Oh, what is going on? Instead of doing that, I decide to say, you know what? I like these freckles right here. These freckles are so cute. Or I'll say like, oh, you know what? My mole is cute. You know, I have a mole above my lip somewhere. And then I like to be like, oh, you know what? Okay, my curls actually did come out good today. Or I'll just find something. But really, I focus on my freckles. I love my freckles. And they came out of nowhere, honestly. I don't remember having freckles growing up, and then all of a sudden, I have freckles. I don't know. So I focus on things that I like when I'm washing my hands. I look at myself and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. So that's a small step. Find something that you really think is cute and just focus on that. I don't even bother to pay attention to things I don't like anymore. That's taking up too much space. That's bringing me down. I don't want to do it. I don't like the way it feels, because once I paid attention to how the negative thought was making me feel, it was weighing me down, versus how thinking a more positive thought lifted me up. And I was like, okay, I like the feeling of this versus this. There's a difference. I don't want to be picking at myself. The world gonna pick at you enough. I don't want to be adding to that. I don't want to join the team. No. I want to be on my team. So I just started noticing things that I like. So that's the first thing. The next thing I started doing was applying this to every aspect. So if I am running late in the morning, I used to be like, oh my God, I need to wake up. I need to do better. And then I decided, you know what? That's not helping. Okay, I'm already late. So I just decided, you know what? It's okay. I'm late. I'm running late. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. And boom, leave it there where it's at. Because when you start noticing one thing that you're doing wrong, all of a sudden there's this spiral of you kind of remembering all the other things you're doing wrong. And it's just too much. It's just way too much. For those of you who are working and you go to work and let's say you may make a mistake at work, or let's say you forget to do something. I used to be so hard on myself for making mistakes at work or forgetting to do something or just not being on top of something. But now I don't beat up on myself about it. There's no, Portia, you gotta do better. You should have known that. You should have spotted that. You should have saw that. Why did you miss that? How could you have not seen something like that? There's no more of that. It's just an oops. My bad. And right now, the position that I'm in, it's like my first big girl job, and it's a pretty big deal. So it requires me being extremely meticulous, being highly organized. Like, I cannot let anything slip below the cracks, okay? When I first started, I was really hard on myself because I was like, I'm in a new industry. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. I decided, you know what? I'm in a new industry. I don't have the experience or the knowledge yet, but I know one thing's for sure. I am a quick learner. Once something sticks, it sticks. Once I understand how to do something, I get it done without needing to be asked to do it. My work ethic is amazing. I know that about myself. Once I understand how to do something, you can leave it to me, I got you. But I had to just cut out that negativity and be like, Portia, mistakes are mistakes. They're okay. It doesn't define your worth. It doesn't define your intelligence. You may have been caught slipping, but okay, you know better now. So we're gonna do better next time. Just treating myself the way that I genuinely would treat somebody else that I love. Like if someone came to me and was like, I just made this mistake, I messed up, I wouldn't be like, oof, yeah, you did. I don't know what you was thinking. I don't know, you did, you messed up. I'm not doing all that. I would be like, it's okay, we make mistakes. So if I know that I'm gonna do that to somebody else, I gotta talk to myself like that. There's no, oh, I always make mistakes. Oh, I'm so dumb, I'm so stupid. What's wrong with me? Why do I lack common sense? What's going on? There's none of that. There's no room or space for that. That's too negative for me. I can't do it, I'm not doing it, I'm not going back. I'm not going back, please. So now, we just keep it moving. And I look forward to doing well next time. That took intention to reprogram. I do that with everything. I do that in all areas of my life. What happens when you start changing how you speak to yourself, the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. It's like your first go-to thought. When you make a mistake, it's no longer, what the heck is wrong with you? Why did you do that? How could you not have seen that? How did you miss that? Instead of all that, it becomes easier to just say, oops, okay. I'm gonna do better next time. I did not catch that. And then laugh it off. You know, me paying attention to how I think, it caused me to get to know myself better. And I got to understand, hey, my patterns of thought, is that working for me? Who is it working for if it's not working for me? Who does this benefit? If I'm thinking like this and speaking like this to myself, who is that helping? Because it's not helping me, so I don't want to do it. And I had to learn how to start valuing myself and understand my worth. I am worth my own self-respect, and so are you. I don't care who you are. I don't care what has happened in your life. I don't care what experience you've gone through that you feel like you may have made a mistake, or you felt like you could have made a better decision, or you may feel like you're failing. You may just be down and out on yourself. I don't care what has happened. If you're feeling guilt and remorse, I get it, feel those feelings, but now I'm telling you, you deserve your own self-respect. Part of having self-respect is learning how to talk to yourself, learning how to be there for yourself when no one else is able to be there for you. And you just do that by how you're constantly talking to yourself. If you make a mistake in relationships, if you make a mistake at work, if you make a mistake and you don't follow through with something you said you were gonna do, these are all things that happen to all of us in life. Life is so unpredictable. Like, you are bound to make a mistake at some point. You're bound to not get it right. But I want you to know that it's okay. As long as you are being introspective and self-aware, I want you to start treating yourself better. If you're doing the best you can with the resources that you've been given in life, I want you to start treating yourself better. It's one thing for other people to validate you and give you respect and all of those things, but people are not always gonna be able to do that, because people have their own life, they have their own stuff going on, they have their own thoughts, their own emotions, their own everything. They have to tend to themselves. Not everybody is going to be available, nor possibly even have the capacity to constantly lift you up. If people are around you that do that, oh my goodness, wonderful. But you have to get to a space where you don't depend on that. Because when you start giving yourself the respect that you are looking for, it naturally starts happening in all of your other relationships anyway. Everything else is a mirror. If you are treating yourself well and really reminding yourself, I'm doing the best that I can today, that is absolutely enough, because it starts with your relationship with you. And another thing that I started doing, and I actually got this recommendation from this book that I'm reading, I will link it down below. It's Psycho-Cybernetics, The Search for Self-Respect. And you know I always got my post-it notes, I'm highlighting everywhere. This book is great. It's a short read. It's not a super long read. I'm gonna link that down below so that you can grab a copy and read it with me. I definitely recommend it. It's changing my perspective and my dynamic with myself drastically. I highly recommend that book. One of the things that Dr. Maltz recommends, especially during your mental idle time, is if you're somebody who is reliving emotionally triggering moments, trying to dissect the past, trying to wonder why certain things happen, just feeling resentment towards a situation that may have happened. If your mind constantly reverts backwards, Dr. Maltz recommends staying present by focusing on your goals for the day. It doesn't matter how big or small the goal is. If it's important to you, it's important. Your goal could be, I'm gonna drink more water today. Your goal could be, I'm gonna wake up early, take the kids to school, come home, do laundry, fold everything, I'm gonna meal prep, I'm gonna go work out, I'm gonna apply for work. If you're not working right now, your goal could be, I'm gonna submit X amount of applications. If you're an entrepreneur, your goal may be to focus on working on certain aspects of your business. Even if you're a student, I forgot to mention this. If your goal is, I'm gonna read X amount of chapters today, I'm gonna submit this today, I'm gonna work on this, whatever. Your goal could be, I'm gonna take a walk today. It doesn't matter. If it's important to you, it's important. You don't have to be this celebrity or this popular person for you to matter. You don't have to make X amount of money for you to matter. Whatever your goal is, it's important because it's important to you. So focus on whatever you set your mind to do for that day, and just make sure that your mind, instead of roaming to the past or the future, stay present in today and right now, because that's all that we have and that's all that matters. Another thing that Dr. Maltz recommends is in your mental idle time, let's say while you are focused on those goals that you set for yourself today, what you can do is focus on a moment that really makes you laugh. Like, think back on a funny memory and allow yourself to experience that joy. Instead of thinking about something to worry about, try to find anything that was funny that brings you life. Another thing you could do is focus on all the times you were proud of yourself and accomplished something. Anything that you view as a success in your life, focus on that. If it makes you feel like it was a success, it is. I don't care how big or small it is. If it made you feel accomplished and proud, think about it. Don't focus on something else that's gonna emotionally trigger you into a painful spiral and just make you feel like crap. No, think about something that's going to uplift you by remembering, you know, I did do that. You know, I remember doing that. That made me feel good about myself. Think about things that make you feel good about yourself. Remember all the times that you accomplished something. He also touches on the fact that anytime that you feel a glimmer of hope, anytime that you feel proud of yourself for something you accomplished, anytime you feel those emotions, that is success. That is a successful experience. You directing your thoughts to feel more joyful and happy in the moment as you're accomplishing your daily goals, that is a successful moment, which means that is a successful day. Focus. Your focus is everything. Your focus is so powerful. It's the most powerful tool you have in your toolbox, especially when it comes to building your self-respect and creating a life that you are proud of. You deserve your self-respect, and you deserve to feel good as much as possible. The goal here is to not depend on unhealthy coping mechanisms to feel at ease. The goal here is to build your mental strength, your mental muscle, to empower yourself and lift yourself up throughout the day. However many waking hours you spend living life, the goal here is at least to spend 51% of that time happy. I would say as much as possible, even more. But let's just, if you could do 51% of the day that you're awake, moving around, living life, if you could spend 51% of your time remembering things that make you laugh, make you feel good about yourself, bring you joy, whatever it is, if you can find those thoughts and build that mental muscle, you have had a successful day. It's something that you are gonna have to work on every single day. If you are able to think about something for like 60 seconds and it brought you hope, it brought you joy, it made you feel better, 60 seconds, that is successful. I'm setting a standard for at least 51% of the day because that's how I wanna feel. I wanna feel happy most of the time, okay? But I'm gonna say this, if you lasted a minute out of the day, for starters, you did a great job. And just keep building up on that. Keep pushing yourself every day to just focus on the day ahead. Not to focus on tomorrow and not to focus on yesterday. Focus on the day ahead, and as we're reprogramming our self-talk, if you can't find the voice to speak to yourself in a more uplifting way, if you can't find that, if it's just a little too hard, there's just too much momentum there to the point where that critical voice in your head is just more powerful, then reach in your toolbox and find pleasant memories, things that make you proud of yourself, accomplishments, past successes, anything. I don't care what it is. I don't care who you are, what it is. There is something in your life that you are proud of. You have something. And if you don't, you gotta think harder because you do. And focus on that. Spend your time there. Use your mind in that way. Okay, and I am right here with you. I am doing this every day. I'm only sharing this because I'm actively doing this, and it's helping me drastically. It's helping me with my relationship with myself, and it's just helping me overall of my healing journey. And I had to share this because it's these simple things that we can tweak that make all the difference. It just makes the day a little bit easier to live if you can muster up that strength and just try. And it's not going to be as easy as it sounds, I understand that, but if I can do it, you can do it too. Sending you so much love. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you have a wonderful week. Please give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.